Okay? Let me throw anything. Was in the Navy, and Ronald Reagan had a very, very strong military policy and a very strong foreign policy, which I actually still think was very, very good. I look at, Putin and Russia today, and I look what, Ronald Reagan brought the wall down, and freed Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union, So for a long time, I was a Republican. Now, the Republican Party just became very, very extreme, and it left me to where I couldn't identify with what they were promoting anymore. So I left them. I said, I was a moderate Republican. I'm a moderate Democrat. I'm not on the far right. I'm not on the far left. And so, I tell people who are Republicans, I say, I'm closer to where you are in my thinking than my opponent, who's extreme right-wing Tea Party, religious, type of priorities. And they go, a lot of them are saying, yes, you are. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Our commissioners in Transylvania County are all Republican, all 5 of them. The chair of the commission, Mike Hawkins, he has formally endorsed me. He has openly endorsed me. He has put his name on things saying he, is for me. Because what he says is, I want to vote for the person that's going to help my county. As a commissioner, that's what I care about. I don't care about partisan politics. I want someone who can, from day one, can be effective. And so he's supporting me. And he is working to tell moderate Republicans and unaffiliated voters to make that choice. The reason I'm here, I briefed the Flat Rock Town Council. Now, what I was told at the beginning, someone told me, they said, oh, don't even waste your time going to Flat Rock. It's going to be all Republican. I said, no, I'm going to go. So I called the mayor. I called the mayor 3 times. And he finally realized I was going to keep calling, so he met me. Okay. Now, he's a great guy. We met for 2 hours. Okay? We had a wonderful conversation. It helped the fact that when I walked in, he had a picture of the Navy Annex in Washington, D.C., where he worked in 1960, and where, of course, I'm very familiar with the Navy Annex, is where Bureau of Naval Personnel was for many decades. So we sort of hit it off, and he said, Maureen, come talk to the whole council. So I did. So I get home after I give my 10 minutes or something in front of the council, and I get a call from this guy. This guy's sitting over here. He goes, hi, I'm John Dockendorf. I just heard you speak. And he says, I want to help support you. Okay. And he has. Talking and getting all of you in here, sending out letters, talking to people. So I'm very optimistic that we are getting the word out. And even this morning, I told some of you this, I work out in the morning, and there's a group of retired military that go to the fitness factory. We get on the treadmills, and they're right-wing Republican, that usually I tune them out because they're talking about stuff I don't even want to hear. And so one of them comes up to me today, this retired Marine. Now, there's a little bit of respect, because I'll tell you one, I run faster, I run longer. Okay? So those guys, they know me, and I served longer, and I made a higher rank than any of them. So he comes up to me today, and he's one of these guys always talking about his weapons, and he's just like President Obama, and it's like, come on. So he walks up, he goes, I got to ask you some questions. I said, okay. And so he has like this little checklist. He's trying to decide who to vote for, And in the end, we go through the questions. Some of them are a little strange, but we go through the questions. He wants to make sure that, I believe in American values. He wants to know, various other things. And at the end, he says, I can live with those answers. And he goes, your opponent is just too young and too far to the right. Now, this is a guy I consider extreme right-wing. So he is voting for me. Now, is it going to be enough? The real challenge we have is to get the word out. And that's what you all can do. It's, one-on-one. Every single we turn, that we get, makes a big difference. So I need every one of you talking to your neighbors, to your friends. Take my brochures, take a yard sign, take a bumper sticker. Go to my website, but talk to your friends about, hey, take a look, because this is an unusual race. The Republicans thought that they owned this district. And so they ran a very young, inexperienced, and in my opinion, unqualified individual, thinking nobody's going to run against him. And one of the reasons I decided to run was I saw the individual who filed. And I had no intention. I kept telling Jackie Hovey here, she's from Transylvania, the head of the party. I kept saying, Jackie, you got to find somebody to run, because this guy, I do not want him representing me in Raleigh. And she says, Maureen, nobody's going to run. Nobody's going to run. Why don't you run? I go, yeah, right. Yeah, well, Jackie's pretty persuasive. I finally realized, I am going to run, because I'm not going to have somebody who doesn't really have the ability to effectively represent our region go to Raleigh without even a fight. Now, he might win. It's neck and neck right now. But if he wins, it's going to be with one hell of a fight, and not because somebody didn't stand up. Now, the Navy taught me, I like to tell people, I was trained for 30 years by the best fighting force in the world. And the Navy did not teach me to go into a fight to lose. The Navy taught me to go into a fight to win. And that's what we're planning to do on November 8th, is win. So we are out every day. We are out talking to people. We are in every forum we can think of. We are on the radio, in the newspaper. Now, things that you can do. Write letters to the newspaper, letters to the editor. People read those. The more you can write about, what you think about me, about, endorsing me, about why you think people should vote for me, send it to the Times News. I don't know if the Lightning actually takes letters on it. But the Times News, send in letters. If you're in Transylvania County, send it to the Transylvania Times. Those letters can make a big difference. So everybody needs to just be out and trying to work it as much as possible. I'm optimistic. We did a poll. About 2 weeks ago, we did a poll. And we came in at 52.3%. Now, there's a 3% plus or minus. So what does that tell you? It tells you we are neck and neck. But when I started this last January, the Democratic Party, they haven't given me $1 to help me. You know what they told me? They said, well, we're really glad you're running, but your chances aren't good enough for us to actually give you money to help you.
Not the county party.
No.
Not the county party.
The state. This was at the state level. They said, we're going to have to help just the people that have a better chance. So I said, okay. Maybe you need to look at more than just the statistical analysis that we did. And you know what? On November 9th, I'm going to make them eat those words, because we are going to win without their help. My campaign is completely financed and supported by people. I have no special interest groups coming, no outside politicians. Now, I'll give you an example. We have over 600 individual contributions from people in the district. My opponent, as of 30 June, had 43 people. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't have money, because it's not the people in the district that are giving him money. It's organizations giving him money. It's Tim Moore, the Speaker of the House, giving him $5,000 here, more money over here. Not because they care about District 113. Tim Moore cares about maintaining power in the House. He could care less about, the quality of life out here. But my opponent's campaign was funded something like 83% by outside money. My campaign is funded 100%. Okay, my aunt in Connecticut sent me $25. No, it's not 100%. Okay, 99% by money from people in this district. So, I'm not talking dollar amounts, but I'm talking when you have that many hundreds of people, some of them cared enough to give $5. I had one woman, she's a cook in a fast food restaurant with 2 kids, single mother. She gave me $5. That was hard for her to do that. That means more than the $5,000 that Tim Moore gave to my opponent. So I'm very optimistic. We've got the people, we've got momentum, we are getting the word out, and I just think that this is the year that we really can change it. So get out there and talk it up. And if you want me to show up somewhere, just tell me, because I will.
One good thing for you is that this year, in this election, you can't vote straight party.
Right, that is good.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't vote straight
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people say, I had a friend of mine, girlfriend of mine, she said, I'm voting for Trump and for you. And I said, okay, girlfriend, let's have a little talk here. Because Trump and I have sort of really different values. And she changed. At the end, she said, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, it's a very strange year. And there are people that will vote Trump and me. And that's okay from my perspective.
What else?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I taught at elementary level and middle school level. And I think one of the best programs that really teach children about civics and such is the school government, student council. I've seen kids really shine in that at 13 years old. They're terrific speakers. The other day at Flat Rock Village Hall, I asked the gentleman running against Maureen, what classes did you like in high school? And he said, social studies, history thing. I said, were you in student government? No, I was too busy playing sports. I don't know if you've ever served on a homeowners association where somebody in power has never had any experience in Robert's Rules of Order. It's terrible. It's horrible. That's where he is. He has very little to offer, in my opinion.
And he wasn't good in sports.
Pardon?
She had
Any other questions?
Well, I'm concerned since October 1st now, the police videos will not be released to the public. Now, does that mean, what does that mean? Does it mean the person's family of the victim, the victim's family, they won't get a chance to see it, or what? Do you know?
Yeah, I do not know the answer to that in terms of the victim's family. I believe, the reason we have the police videos is so that we could show them.
Right.
Then we pass a law that says that it's protected under the privacy of information or something. I believe that the videos need to come out. I believe we've got a serious problem. And I'll tell you, I respect our police force. They do one hell of a hard job. And I have nothing but respect for people that put their lives on the line and the violent situations that they have to confront. And violence on either side, violence is absolutely unacceptable. But there is a problem in our society, and we have to start to deal with it. We can't continue to have this violence. So we've got to have that better dialogue between our minority populations, our police, and our majority population. And the videos are an important part of getting all the knowledge, all the facts, put them all out there so that we can evaluate what's happened, what was wrong, what was right in a situation. But there's so much anger and hatred out there right now, and we've got to work our way through it. I think we're very fortunate here. We have some wonderful police departments in our small areas here, where they really do reach out to the communities, and there is a lot of dialogue.